What are you afraid of?
Take a picture.
Well, that's a boost for this bank. You got your money here. I got my few dollars back.
Yeah.
Pinochle? There's no man in here that can beat me in pinochle.
Oh, really? I wouldn't mind trying.
I'll take you up anytime you're ready. Can you do me a favor? Can you get $300 pieces? Let's go like that. Well, I hope you get through that. Thank you. That's for my 2 little grandchildren. When I go for Vegas. You're holding back business. Pardon? Holding back the business.
Oh, sorry, it's just for yourself.
Oh, he wants to get in line here. Can I talk to the little girl for a couple of the light for the friend. See the light? Yeah. You made it again? Well, they didn't see them around. Okay, good.
Funny thing, when you talk about freedom, you're usually challenging the mad. You're challenging him to want to achieve anything he wants, to capture anything he wants, right? And around the time he's 14, you begin to say things, well, there's certain kind of women you shouldn't have, you know, and so on and so forth. Well, that's one aspect of the problem. I think that thing that happens at 14 should not happen, first of all. The man should pursue the kind of woman that either is in his dreams or is in his reality or whatever. Now you get to, how do you mean a war? Well, I'm sorry, cut it.
All right, let's cut.
Really?
Jim, where does the black man stand today in relation to the black woman, to the white woman, and why? In other words, do black men marry white women because of the nature of some black women today?
Well, me sitting here, she's actually not Caucasian. She's a Mongoloid, and then she comes from the Magyar strain, right?
Right.
But she passes as white. Now, I don't particularly care. I would, of course, be very interested in if people wanted to have intermarriages and were denied that right, though. Now, so what your question was, what is the...
I'm going to do it again. We're going to do it again. You're still going up because you... Jim, do black men marry white women because of the nature of black women? I know in some of our earlier conversations you mentioned that the black women you've met have been uptight. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'll answer the one question, what do I mean by uptight? Going toward a more militant attitude about their own identity. And in many ways are way ahead of the black man, because I don't know why, but in many ways are replacing the black man. There's a whole, there's an almost an unfeminine aspect of the black militant woman.
Do you find that some black women you've known, out of your personal experience, blame the black man for what happened to them in slavery, even today?
Of course. If the black man, regardless of the causes, failed to protect her, left her in a position where she had to sell herself or bargain with her body and so on. Yes, she had there's a resentment about that, but it's very complex now. You see, I think in another generation you'll get a whole crop, a whole generation.
Jim, where does the black man stand today in relation to the black woman, the white woman? Why? You hear it said that some black... I better do that again, I'm sorry.
You want to come this mic line? Okay.
Jim, do black men marry white women because of the nature of black women? You've said in some of our earlier conversations that black women seem to be uptight. Uptight about what?
Uptight about their position in society. There are many, because I'm generalizing now, many are overreacting against Aunt Jemima, the Aunt Jemima image, the submissive Mother Earth type, unselfish, all-giving, especially all-giving to the white man, sexually and in the kitchen and every other way. And she's also overreacting against the problem of having to be the breadwinner, the matriarch of the house. The myth of the black matriarch is really a myth, because she is not. It wasn't her choice. Many black women, I'm sure, once they found this job had a certain social and political dignity to it, relished it and wielded the rolling pen, like any minority group mama would do. But no matter how much she might relish it, it wasn't her choice to begin with. She would always have preferred the black male to have run the house, to have saved her from white rapists, white slave owners,
Is the black woman
but I recognize that this reaction can exist. You see. Ask me another question.
Why did you marry Julienne?
I married Julienne because she's Julienne.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with race at all, really.
No, not at all.
If I looked at it from a social standpoint, I could say that she outshone as a person most women I met of any race.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Thank you.
All right, Julienne.
Yes.
Why did you marry Jim? But first, do you know what Jim means by the uptightness of black women?
Oh, yes.
You've been in the theater.
Well, I've felt it. I've sensed it with almost every black woman that we know, whether they accept me or not. You know, whether there's always a tolerance, but there's always hostility behind it. I can understand it intellectually. Thank God I didn't have to go through the process that made it occur. I happen to think it's a good thing that they're showing hostility. I think it's the only thing they can show at the moment. And I think out of the hostility, I think that's a healthy sign. I think out of that,